And go.
Okay, Shalom. Giving all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Kodash.
Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, I came out that pushes word of truth and sincerity. It's another Saturday. We are in the houses and the Bibles to push the word of the Most High. You know, right now we in season. We approaching the times where it's gonna be out of season. But then, hey, guess what? We still gonna be out here, Lord willing. So we're gonna get into these scriptures because we got a lot of prophecies coming to pass. And we all know throughout the week that what happened in Morocco, in Libya, that was back to back. Happened one day in Morocco, 2 days later in Libya. Thousands dead, thousands missing. That's judgment of the Lord, man. And then also, we're going to bring this out. Somebody give me, you got that 29, 28 and 2, yeah.
Isaiah 28 and 2. Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing.
And that's what happened over in Libya, man. A flood of mighty waters overflowing. That tempest is a storm, man. You had 8 months of rain in 6 hours over in Libya. That was judgment of the Lord, man. 8 months of rain.
Damn.
And then you have over in China, floods, and guess what happened? Over 70 crocodiles escaped the farm and was roaming, swimming in the streets. And they put an order for everybody to stay remain inside because until they catch all these crocodiles. They only caught 6. And the rest of them went into the deep waters in them ocean, I'm saying, in them lakes over there. So that's why it's like a lockdown over there in China. You can look, you can Google it. Over 70 crocodiles in China escaped the farm when they was raising them. 69 adults, and they said 6 adolescent crocodiles escaped. Nobody has been injured by them yet because they have been ordered to remain inside, but floods bringing forth teeth of wild beasts. You know? And then you got over in Morocco, you have the president of Morocco saying we don't want no aid from the United States. I wonder why. Because you got a lot of mineral resources over there in Morocco, and they don't want these Edomites in their business. Even though they suffered a 6.8 earthquake Richter scale on an earthquake, they don't want no business. They don't want no fucking interference with Esau over in their land because they know Esau's gonna bring death and destruction, and they only over there to steal resources. You got more on that?
It says, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
Hey, as a flood of mighty waters shall cast down to the earth with the hand. That's the hand of the Most High, man. Even though Esau may have used harp, but guess what? That instrument that they have, the high active oil research program, was given them, the technology was given them by Yahweh Shai. So there's no escaping it. The Lord controls everything, man. You got more?
Since you said Esau using the harp, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself.
The Lord hath made all things for himself. The harp program, which could bring forth floods, earthquakes, devastating typhoons, tsunamis, and all kind of death and devastation and destruction. But guess what? The Lord created it. The Lord put the spirit on these devils to do that. Because Esau is the whipping stick of the Most High on the left-hand side. Yeah, bro.
Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Even the wicked. Who is the wicked? Esau and Edom. We can prove that from Job 9 to 24. We can prove that with Malachi, the 1st chapter, the 4th verse on down. So it's proven that you are the devil. And more dirt is coming out on you. Yeah, bro, bring it out.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 29, verse 28, 39, chapter 39, verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance.
And them spirits that's out there that's created for vengeance is of the Lord, man. Now you got these crocodiles.
It says, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them.
And because you got these different beasts, wild beasts, whether they're reptiles, amphibians, snakes, lions, or bears, whatever the case may be. If they're attacking human, that's because the Lord wanted them to attack that human. Whether it's a pit bull mauling somebody to death, or a bunch of pit bulls mauling somebody to death, that's spirits of vengeance. The Lord put that spirit on that animal to do that. You see, because animals usually they try to avoid. Usually animals they avoid people. Unless they has been trained to go at people, or they got a spirit on them. Yeah, bro.
It says fire and hail and famine.
And you see that fire, hail, and famine. You got over in Texas, you got Gulfside ball hell coming down. You know? Showing you we at the end of Esau's rulership. You got fires over in California, over in Greece. Then also you have floods over in Greece and Spain. So the Lord is jacking the earth up, man. Yeah, bro.
It says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance.
All these were created for vengeance. Famine, death, hell. Drowning is a horrible way to go out. So is famine. So is being burnt alive. These are all plagues from Yahweh while Yahweh Shah, man. And it's going to be upon the people of the earth, man.
It says teeth of wild beasts.
Teeth of wild beasts. A wild beast is a goddamn lion, or a bear, or a panther, or a mountain lion, which is nothing but a wildcat, or a jackal, or hyena. You got these zoo animals, man. These niggas. You got these zoo animals, man. Whether it's the Bronx Zoo, the Brooklyn Zoo, the Manhattan Zoo, they got these different zoos, and just like it happened, the flood happened in Hong Kong and China, whereas that farm that was raising crocodiles, the crocodiles escaped during the flood. Imagine what the Lord's going to have unleashed in America, man. With these zoo animals, man.
Zoos, aquarium, all that shit is wicked, man. And you ever go to one, you look at the animals.
They look depressed.
They're depressed. Why would they be in a jovial spirit? They're confined to a small ass location, constantly being bombarded by kids and no sort of rest. Imagine, you know, you around toddlers. Imagine being in a daycare center for just 24/7. You'd be fucking pissed off. So these animals, you know, when the Most High give them the green light to let loose, they're gonna let loose, man.
And there are a lot of them, they have been domesticated, whereas they've been brought over here in their youth and they're young, they're cubs. So now they don't have that throughout of them. They don't have that instinct to hunt and to be predators. You know what I'm saying? So now they docile. You know? Yeah, bro.
Proverbs chapter 12 verse 10, it says a righteous man regarded the life of his beasts.
And these Edomites, they are not righteous. They don't regard the life of any beast, man. They put them in captivity, and then when a whale or a shark or any other beast that they taming come up against their trainer and maul them to death, they put the animal to death, which is totally wicked. But you got him out of his natural habitat. He's supposed to do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Most High created beasts to be domesticated. You have your cows, you have your chickens, your livestock, your horses, what have you. And then you have your wild beasts, which they're not supposed to be put in a fucking coop or nothing. They're just supposed to be out there. But what Esau has done, he's created this bullshit zoo, all right? And try to domesticate creatures that the Most High did not put on earth to be domestic. They're meant to be wild, man. They have what they call instincts.
Out there in the wilderness.
Their instinct is I should rip this person apart. It's not like a dog, you know, you just meet a dog that's wagging his tail at you. That's not what lions do. They're looking at you, I'm gonna kill him or he's gonna kill me.
But you got different species of dogs. Then you got the jackals, they dogs, they wild dogs. They ain't gonna come at you wagging their tail, man.
Right.
They gonna come at you trying to fucking devour you. Wolves. You got different species of dogs. So the Most High created these different animals as spirits of vengeance, you know what I'm saying? If you hear that somebody getting mauled to death by an animal or a crocodile, in the case of the people over in China, they all up and on because it was a flood in China, and you got floods everywhere. Floods in Libya, China, over in Greece, Spain. But the main part I'm focusing on is China with them crocodiles, man, that's being unleashed, that escaped that farm.
It says, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. Esau and Edom is cruel towards humans and towards animals, man. That's why they mighty hunters, man. They hunt animals even to the point of extinction, man. Look what they did to the buffalo, to the bison,
Rhinoceros.
to the rhinoceros. So these devils got a lot to pay for, man. So not only are Israelites in captivity, but they got these animals in captivity as well. Okay, but we got more. You got more?
It says, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
Punishing the wicked to destruction. Not only the wicked Edomites, but you got wicked Israelites too. That's gonna be mauled to death by these different animals, man. You see what I'm saying? This is not my words that I'm speaking. These are the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man.
Hey, remember you had that nigga woman dancing in the lion zoo?
Yeah.
Yo, she lucky the Lord didn't just tell her. The lion was probably looking at that bitch like, I don't want that bitch in my mouth. Like, but, hey, man, the Most High got a...
She had demons on her, bro.
But the Most High remember certain things, man. All right? So them lions are going to get their day. He's going to maul that bitch up there. I think she did it twice.
Yeah, she did it twice. But she had demons on her. You could tell she wasn't right in the spirit. She had demons on her. So them lions was like, all right, this bitch got demons on her. Because animals could see certain things. They was like, this bitch got demons on her. I ain't going to attack this bitch because I don't want them demons jumping on me. I'm just going to watch this bitch and let them arrest her because she don't belong here.
We're looking at her like
That lion didn't want no GMO.
Nah, she ain't want no, they ain't want no GMO, but also you gotta look at it on the spiritual aspect. That bitch had demons on her. If that lion would attack that bitch, look at that movie Fallen with Denzel Washington. When all them demons touch somebody, the demon touch. If I touch you, the demon will go on you. So that lion was like, listen, man, I ain't going to attack this bitch and kill this bitch and maul this bitch to death because if I do that, that demon going to jump on me. So I'm just going to let this bitch stay, and when she leave, she leave. That demon going to leave with her.
You remember that there was a case in India where the elephant killed a lady, right? And then when those buried her, the elephant swung back and destroyed the funeral.
Because what happened was
They don't forget.
that lady killed that elephant's youth. And then the elephant remembered that, and then also the elephant also got injured.
Yes. Bro, animals are just like us. They just don't talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Jay-Z said that. He was like, I don't talk. He's like, I don't talk like a dog, but I understand. Something like that. Because dogs understand. They always you call them by their name. They'll listen to you. They just don't speak. So these animals, he saw you doing them dirty, thinking they fully well know who the fuck is killing their young ones.
Right.
You seen that documentary with the Shamu? Or you had that whale that followed when they took the whale as a baby.
Right,
and the shit followed the helicopter like 50-something miles or something like that, like 50, 100 miles, just trying to chase down this young one. So you taking out the young one to raise it in captivity. And that's why when that whale grew up, that shit, it went crazy.
And more that Edomite bitch and that dude, man.
That dude that dove in there naked and shit, fucking ripped his shit off.
Yep.
Right off.
Yep. And then they try to rehabilitate the fucking the well, and guess what? About 2 or 3 years later, and more than women to death, man. Yeah. Then they wind up putting the well to death. So why you gonna put the well to death?
Let him go.
Yep.
Why you put the well to death?
He wanted to come up and do tricks and shit. I remember that because the whale didn't want to come out and do no tricks.
Yeah.
Hey, give it up for Shamu. Shit was just sitting there like, fucking devil.
So you gonna
just join the camp?
So you gonna put the well to death? You gonna put the well to death for something that he's not just supposed to do? You wanna get more scriptures?
I had something to back you up. Know the Lord using the beast.
Yeah.
It's the book of 2 Kings 2:23. And when he went up from thence unto Bethel, and he was going up by the way, there came forth that he being Elisha.
This is Elisha, yeah. Come.
There came forth little children out of the city and mocked him.
Because what Elisha did was he shaved his head bald because that's a sign of mourning. Because of the fact that Elijah been was taken up, and he was mourning for all the atrocities that's happening in Israel. So you had a bunch of stupid nigga children fucking mocking Elisha. And guess what happened? Read.
And said unto him, Go up thou bald head. Go up thou bald head.
The same monsters that was back then, they're back today. The same monsters that's out here mocking, disrespecting elders, disrespecting people, they was that spirit that was on them children. Go ahead with that bald head. Because you know, it was unseemly to have it was not recognized to have a bald head in Israel back in the ancient world, you know what I mean? So they was mocking him for having a bald head. But what he did was, he cursed them. He cursed them.
It says, and he turned, verse 24, and he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And they came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tear 42 children of them.
So that means it was not just 1 or 2 kids.
42
There was a
kids.
multitude of kids doing that, man. 42 children that was out there mocking the prophet of the
Maybe
Lord.
some of the ones that just got bought.
Yeah,
Like some of them too old.
here it come, because you know it was 42. When they see them she-bears tearing everybody to shreds, slapping them with their bear claws, pat, pat, and they flying and mourning, shaking them, they started fleeing. But guess what? That was judgment of the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh shot, man. Nobody is innocent. Job 4 and 22, man. 4 and 7, man, slack. Nobody purpose being innocent, man.
So, the land has changed a lot because you don't really hear about bears in Israel like that. You don't even hear about lions like that because, they've hunted them, destroyed them, put them for sport. But that was a common sight back then, man. Well, not super common, but I'm just saying, bear coming out, damn.
But you gotta understand something. Putting animals in captivity happened under the Greek and the Roman Empire. Because Jacob wasn't doing that, man. And even these different nations that ruled, like the Persians and the Medes, they didn't do that. The Assyrians, they wasn't doing that.
No, they used to do that though.
They had the war elephants.
But the Assyrians used to hunt lions. Remember that?
Yeah,
They had that Assyrian king that had that painting and all that of him hunting the lions. I forgot maybe it was Sennacherib or whatever. But they used to have that. The Assyrians hunting lions and shit.
Then Elam had the war elephants, right? Alexander had to go against them.
Ancient world
Those
texts.
some
But
big
they
ass
just trained.
elephants too, though.
What Elam did was train them elephants to be war elephants. Like you could train horses to be warriors. Because a horse is fearless, especially if you train them and up in the way of war, and you got a rider on them. That horse is going into battle as well as that rider. So the horse got to have the mind spirit of not being afraid, because the horse get afraid and get spooked, and they'll toss you off and kick the shit out you.
You'll end up like Christopher Reeves.
You know what I'm saying? So if the horse is not trained in battle mode, he's gonna rebel and jump and kick you off him and toss you off him and kick you. So them elephants and them horses, they was horsemen. They was trained in battle.
Hey, they had that scene in the movie Alexander when the horse was standing up, and the elephant was standing up, but it was showing that the horse was ready, like the fucking elephant.
The horse was ready to do battle, because guess what? Them horses got spirits, and you train that horse up into the way how you want to be. From youth on up, he's gonna be battle tested. And also, the most I put the spirit on them elephants and them horses to do battle. Because that was the modern day tanks and the modern day Humvees. Them horses are, to me personally, I could be wrong, but them horses was represented as Humvees, the biggest Humvees on them, and the modern day tanks with some elephants, man.
You got something called horsepower.
Yeah.
So it's in power.
Yeah, bro.
This is Hebrews chapter 10, verse 31. It says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. So all them people over there that perished in them floods was a horrific way to go out. You drowned, that was horrible. People that perished in them flames over there in Maui, it was a horrible way to go out, man. People was fleeing into the ocean to get away. And you got people over in Libya that was sleeping in their house late at night when them torrential rains came. And guess what? They was in their house sleeping, and they got washed off the sea. How many of them fucking people, them Libyans, got ate by fucking sharks? You wake up, you go to bed, you in your bed sleeping.
wake up in the middle of the ocean.
You wake up in the middle of the ocean and oh, you know what I mean? Your bed flowing and shit, and you gotta defend yourself against wild beasts, like whales and sharks, man, bull sharks, regular white sharks, great white sharks, man, tiger sharks. And whatever's out there, wild beasts, that was in them, in the shores of Libya, because you know Africa got a lot of wild species out there. This is happening in Libya. Yeah, bro.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39, it says, See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me.
There's no power other than Yahweh while Yahweh shall. There's no power that you can pray to that will deliver you out of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh while Yahweh shall's hands, man. Read, bro. My book
says, I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal.
So all the death and destruction that's going on in Libya, Morocco, what's going on in Germany, what's going on in Spain with them floods, what's going on in China, the Lord is doing that, man. And all these calamities are gonna come upon America, man. You see none of these atrocities, all these atrocities is happening to different nations, man. It's not coming over to America. But soon everything's gonna come to America, man. The Most High is saving this bitch for last, man. Read.
It says, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
There's no other force, God, Buddha, can't deliver you out of Yahweh's hands. Allah cannot deliver you out of Yahweh while Yahweh Shah's hand. What's some other deities? Serapis Christus, aka Jesus Christ, cannot deliver you out of the Lord's hand. And guess what?
Amen Ra, man.
Amen Ra.
Amen Ra, yeah.
And all the rest of them Kemet deities cannot deliver you out of the Lord's hands. And guess what? Serapis, aka Jesus Christ, is going into slavery. You understand? He's an Edomite. That dude, Chesway Bozier, is going into slavery. That dude told me Philadelphia's, which was Serapis was made after, is going into slavery because he was a Greek. Told me Philadelphia's. He's going into slavery. You understand?
Oh, that was it.
You got something? You got another piece of bring it up, bro. Keep bringing it up.
All right. It says, Deuteronomy 32, verse 39, it says, see now
There's
that...
more than that. Bring it up to the point where it says my judgments. You know what I mean? Bring it up. Keep on bringing it up here.
It says, for I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever.
The Lord lives forever, man. He has no beginning, he has no ending. The Lord Yahweh liveth forever.
It says, if I whet my glittering sword...
And that word wet means to sharpen. His glittering sword, which is happening right now. Give me Ezekiel 21, verse 9.
Right. It says, if I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment...
The Lord's bringing forth judgment. The Lord's hands take a hold of and bring forth judgment. Read.
It says, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and will reward them that hate me.
Everybody that hate the Lord, all these nations hate the Lord, hate the God of Israel. All these nations that hate the Lord, 2/3 hate the Lord. Guess what? The Most High is rendering vengeance on them. Because I guarantee you in Morocco, you had some Israelites over there. I guarantee you in Libya, you had some Israelites over there that perished. But guess what, man? That was judgment of the Lord. Nobody perished being innocent, man. You see? The Most High bring forth his judgment. Psalms 68 and 20. The Most High bring forth his judgment, man. You can get that broken, you know what I'm saying? So why you hope so? Bring that out real quick.
This is Ezekiel 28, verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say a sword is sharpened.
And that sword is being sharpened by the way of the U.S. military, the Gurkha troops, UN troops, Interpol was the international police. Interpol, international police, something. But it's Interpol. Interpol. They out there in these mountains sharpening their sword, man. Getting ready for the time of martial law. To wreak havoc, man. Yeah, bro.
And also furbish. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter.
That sword is being sharpened to make a sore slaughter. And that sore slaughter is going to come during the time of martial law, during the time of Jacob's struggle. Jeremiah 30:7. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. Second Ezra, the 15th and the 16th chapter. Mainly, Second Ezra 16, verse 68. But it's going to be like man sparing none, man. You see what I'm saying? You see what the scriptures are saying, not me. This is what the scriptures are saying. Got more?
Hey, what's up, yo? You guys the Israelites?
Yeah, come on. What's going on?
Nah, I'm chilling, bro.
So let's listen, and you're going to learn. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I gotta go, though.
Alright, so you know you gotta go, bro. Yeah, bro.
What camp you guys in?
Great Millstone.
Great Millstone?
GMS, yeah. Great Millstone.
GMS? Yeah, I was gonna, like, I used to work in Times Square. There's 4 Times Square. And it used to be HOI. And they were trying to get me to the truth. But then I went to the military. I got kicked out, though. So, but yeah, so I know, like, about, like, Israelites, but I don't really know much, so.
Alright, so what you know, bro?
Okay, so all I know is that,
What's your nationality, bro?
right, so like my father, he's from Ecuador.
Ecuador, okay.
Yeah. And like how you say, like their forefathers, they fought in like the war of 41. That's like Peru and Ecuador when they fought and stuff. So like my lineage goes back into like the natives and fighting and stuff like that.
Okay, so right now, so you're a part of, so you're an Israelite. But if you gotta go, just it's like you got camps. One of the brothers could put you on to the camps. You know what I'm saying? You can study and you can learn.
The only thing is that like I'm autistic, so it's like
Don't worry about that. The most I want you to get that you're gonna get. I don't care if you're autistic. I don't care if you have a mental disorder where you can't read, dyslexia. If the Lord put the spirit on you to get that, you're gonna get it, bro. So you can talk to this brother here, and the brother give you the camp where you can follow. You know what I mean? You gotta go, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, the only reason I go because I came from the car. Because I was coming this way and then I seen you guys, so the guy they stopped right there in the corner and I came running. I could tell them to come over here too. They don't know English though.
So what you want to do is, you want to, they don't know English?
Like, but I could translate for them.
So what you could do is, you could give them, we could give them some sites to go to.
GMS info down the channel.
We're going to go back to what you want to.
You can take a picture of all of these.
It is
Take your time.
Read it from the top again. Read it from the top again.
Ezekiel 21 verse 10. It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter.
Esau Edom's weapon that he's using is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. Because what's going to happen is, during the time of martial law, these crackers are going to come down heavy on our people, man. And they're going to destroy a lot of you people. You're going to be taking them to great number. Pursuant to 2 Ezra 5:1, you're going to be taking them to great number, man. A lot of you people are going to be destroyed. You're going to bow down to the slaughter. You're going to bow down to the slaughter. Yeah, bro.
It is verbiage that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
Read it again, Baba Kushan.
Should we then make mirth?
Read it from the top again. Okay.
It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter.
This weapon that Edom has, he's been given the blessing of the sword. It has been sharpened to make a sore slaughter. Yo, just make sure you can't hear me in the thing, bro. They have been sharpened to make a sore slaughter. This weapon has been handled and given to the hands of the slayer. Who's the slayer? Read, brother.
It is verbiage that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?
We're not in the time of partying. We're not in the time of bullshitting. We're not in the time of having a good time. We're in the time of prophecy. We're in the time of lamentation. We're in the time of war. War with destruction. We're in the time of war. Yeah.
It contaminate the rod of my son as every tree.
Yeah.
Verse 11. And he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled.
The Lord has given it to be furbished, be sharpened, that it may be handled. Who's going to handle that sword? Yeah, bro.
This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer.
To give it to the hand. Who's the slayer? Esau, Edom. Who was given the blessing of the sword? Why did King David pray to Yahweh while Yahweh shot to deliver from the wicked, which is that sword? Psalm 17 verse 13, because these devils have been given the blessing of the sword. Okay? You got more? Yeah, bro.
13. Verse 13.
Verse 12.
Verse 12. Cry and howl, Son of man, for it shall come upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel, terrors by reason of the sword.
What's going to come upon the people of the Lord, man? The Israelites, the 2/3, mainly the 2/3 in the time of Jacob's trouble. The sword. Terrors by the reason of the sword, man. So you got to understand something. Everybody that fed their hand at the Lord's word, that talk shit, that scoff their scorn, you're going to know everything we were saying, you're going to receive it after death by pain. And that's written in the scriptures. Yeah, bro.
Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh.
Now, go back to plain and simple, the Lord is using Esau as a whipping stick to punish the 2/3 you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And that day is coming, man. And it's rapidly approaching. And we warning you, we telling you what's coming down the pipe, but you people don't want to listen, man. Yeah, bro.
Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble.
And what day is Jeremiah talking about? The day when the Lord's going to unleash Esau upon the 2/3 and allow Esau to show his horns. Esau being the so-called white man, with his blessing, which is the sword, his paramilitary groups. Whether it's the National Guards, the UN troops, the Army Reserve, foreign troops in the land. Hey, because you got to understand something. The same thing that happened during the time of 70 AD, we didn't understand when the Lord sent a nation that was the nation as the eagle, which was talking about the Roman Empire. The same Romans, we live in the same time now, where the Lord's going to send these same people, the same spirits coming back upon the sons of Israel. And it's going to be 4 times much more horrific than 70 AD. So you got to understand that, man. Probably 10 times more horrific than 70 AD. And we ain't warning you, but y'all don't want to take heed. You're going to take heed. During the time of affliction, there's no, what's that? It's the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 25. In the day of prosperity, you want to get it real quick? Because, yeah. 25.
It says, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction.
And it's not it. Because, hey, in the day of prosperity, you're not worried about what happened when you were struggling 5 years ago or 2 years ago or 3 months ago. You're not worried about that, man. Right now, you in your prosperity, you chilling. You making money. You know, you got a roof over your head. You got a brand new house. You got a brand new apartment. You got a brand new car. You got money in the bank. You know what I mean? You got a nice job. So you in your prosperity mode. You're not worried about anything, man. For them.
And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
When the economy go belly down, when the economy collapse, when you lose your job, you can no longer afford your car, you can no longer pay your rent. Now you cast out in the streets. You was once living in your car, but now they repossess your car. So now you just out in the open. You have nothing. So now you ain't remembering how you was prosperous and you was chilling in your prosperity mode. Now you was being inflicted, and you like, okay, now I'm not And that prosperity more and more, I'm now being afflicted, so now you gotta understand something. You gotta understand something, man. Read that again, Bible Kashab, brother.
Ecclesiasticus 11 and 25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
There's no more remembrance of prosperity. And I'm gonna pose this question, bro. When you ever seen a flying kite having fringes on like that? He had fringes. You ain't see that?
Yeah, I have the zitzis. Yeah, they call them zitzis.
For them zitzis, and he had fringes. Yeah. I ain't seen no border of blue. I just see fringes. Yeah, I see the border of blue in the back now. Yeah.
You know, it's wild because whenever I see a so-called Jew walking by, it really just makes you think like, man, the Lord could really fuck somebody's head up. Because here it is, they're reading a book that's condemning them, but they really think it's for them, and not only that, they keep the law so some certain things they just going off.
That goes back to John Arcade.
You're all black, like what the fuck is that? Oh, but no, he's a Jewish Judah black onto the ground. They think that means get a black suit. So the Lord could fuck your head up. Or I'll smite you with ball and shave your head off and get away. So the Most High could really, this Bible could really plug it up.
Yeah. To the point where if you think you doing something right, you're really going off, you're being wicked. You know? People look at us and they drive by and look at the smoke and they say scoffing shit in their head. But really, they're condemning themselves. Man. You must condemn yourself, man.
We were doing a show here, going into look, this thing is only from Israel, how deep. For us it's basic, but for a lot of people that's deep.
Yeah.
And this brother was saying they were out there in Jamaica dealing with somebody, and the nigga really said, look, if Esau can't make it, I don't want to be it. And you know what I mean? But that might be like a Christian that knows his Bible, he can quote scriptures back and forth. But if the Most High hasn't really give you the understanding, well,
that goes back to Isaiah 6 and 9. But the Most High got that angel that blinds you from this truth. Even though you know the scriptures front and back, like you got creep flow, dollar, you got.
But it's like this, brother. It's like a parrot. A parrot can speak perfect Spanish, but they don't understand what it's saying. So that's these Christians. They know how to quote this, but they don't understand it. It's just
That's what I'm laughing, yo. I'm laughing.
Yeah, but the thing is, man, a lot of you people gonna be taken in a great number. Second Ezra is 5 and 1.
I'll get back you up since you said that. Since you mentioned Second Ezra, the great people being taken. This is Second Ezra 8:1. And he answered me saying, the Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few.
The Lord have made this world for many. You got 8 billion people on this planet right now, man. But the world to come is for few. 144,000, the elect. The aristocrats that's fit to rule.
The inner sanctum.
The first fruits. The governing body being joint heirs with Yahweh Shah, man. That's right. The eclectos, the elect. Yeah, brother.
Says, I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made. That's dirt.
That's right.
Yeah. But little dust that gold cometh of.
That's right, because all the dirt, but guess what? Within that dirt, there's gold. Within that, I'm saying, which is the 144,000, the elect. You know?
Very hard. You can look down, man. I walk down the street, there's dirt. That ain't hard to find.
Exactly.
But to find gold?
Within that dirt, that's precious metals, and that's likened unto the elect being precious unto Yahweh by Yahweh Shah, man.
Yeah. Find gold. It says, even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved.
There be many created, but few shall be saved. That's this present world. Esau's world. The world of Esau. The world of Esau Edom. Few is going to be saved because why? Everybody's drunk up that Bible that juice that Esau is pushing. And the few that's going to be saved is the elect, man.
Yes.
Under 44,000.
How many people got in America? Like 350 million? And then the Lord said 12,000 out of each tribe out of the whole world. So it's like,
that's a small number.
You just see little dots of souls being beamed up. And the rest is just fucking fire.
Toast.
And nuclear and anguish and screams and bombs going off. Yo, man, I want to see that joint from the bird's eye view, like looking down.
That's right. Zephaniah 1 and 14, the 15 on down. Malachi, the first chapter, the 4th verse on down.
Hey, a brother had a dream.
Malachi 4:1.
Yeah, you're right. No, absolutely. A brother had a dream that we were in the chariots and the bottom was just all glass, like see-through. So I was like, damn, that's heavy. Like, imagine being in the chariots looking down.
That sea of glass,
Yo,
bro.
it's gonna be a mixture of emotions, like fear, joy, weeping.
That's what
yo,
it
we
said.
made it, like a whole bunch of at once.
They're gonna be praising the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Bro can tell you how I'm watching out the shot for being saved, man. For being delivered from this destruction. And this destruction is coming, even though it seems like it's terrible, but you gotta understand something. The stage is being set. That assembly of great nations is coming together. China, Russia. Now you got North Korea visiting Russia over there and receiving, in exchange for small arms to help Russia with the artillery. They're gonna receive nuclear secrets. They also testify the ICBM nuclear missile that's able to reach South Korea, Japan, and America.
Hey man, Beckham said that over 2,000 years ago, which to us, that's a lifetime over, been over. But to the Lord, it's a couple days ago. So for the Most High, he's moving rapidly.
That's right. You gotta understand something. The Lord put the spirit on Kim Jong-un to go visit Russia, and then guess what? They talking about how Iran and North Korea is sending arms over to Russia to help the Russians, but meanwhile, you got different European nations sending all kind of weaponry to Ukraine to help defeat the Russians. Is that the hypocrisy on Esau's behalf? Everybody's starting to see the hypocrisy of these goddamn devils, man. Here it is. Y'all can send weaponry, whether it's Romania, whether it's France, Germany, whether it's Poland, whether it's Great Britain. They're all sending weapons over to assist Ukraine. But as soon as China, North Korea, and Iran send weaponry to assist Russia, it's a big thing now. Nah. That can't happen. That's hypocrisy, man. That's why the Lord is assembling. That's why the Lord is gathering these nations, that assembly of great nations, pursuant to Jeremiah. Somebody get to Jeremiah 50:9.
And the U.S. was trying to fuck with Russia's pockets. You know them people that trade the Forex? It's a trading platform called MetaTrader. And so the U.S. banned it from being like an Apple phone. They cut them off from that, and that's a trading platform.
So hold that real quick, bro, 50:9, and finish that up right there real quick. We go to Jeremiah 50:9. Choose reading. That's enough. You got to read it. If you finish it, don't worry about it. So this, bring this up. Why you get that?
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. And it says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon,
Which is America, spiritual America, the daughter of Babylon. Yeah, read.
an assembly of great nations,
Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, and even Libya, Ethiopia. They're gonna come up against America, right along with being allies with Russia, man. And we see the BRICS forming a military alliance and an economic alliance with each other. Now 6 other nations joined with it, which was Saudi Arabia, Iran. Help me out, brothers. Argentina. That's 3.
You talking about BRICS?
Yeah, the BRICS.
You mentioned Brazil already?
No.
The new one.
The new ones that joined is Argentina, Iran, Saudi Arabia, I think it's Ethiopia, Libya, I think it is too. And that's why that flood happened over in Libya. That's my perception. Because Libya was one of the 6 countries that joined the BRICS nations. All of a sudden now is a horrific fucking downpour.
Didn't we say they're gonna do something to them? They gotta hurt them economically or use weather warfare on them.
Also, you gotta understand this too. During the time when Turkey was not letting Sweden into NATO, all of a sudden now they got hit with a horrific earthquake. Now now Turkey is sending F-16s and all kind of aid to assist the Ukrainians, man.
But these nations have been going through this for years. You know what I mean? All of these nations have been going through American oppression. You know what I mean? And it's unfair dealings. So all of these nations, some of them have to pretend with him for now. You know what I mean? But deep down, these nations don't know that they're unfair. So that is why as Russia come, and she said Russia have a viable option, all of these nations up and down.
You gotta understand, so you gotta look at something real quick before you bring that truth out. All of a sudden, you know, Libya joins the BRICS. They're gonna join. They put their application in. They're gonna join January 1st, 2024. They're gonna be officially a part of the BRICS. All of a sudden, they get hit with a fucking earthquake. No, not an earthquake. They hit with a flood, where 8 months of rain happened in 6 hours. Even though that was probably a hawk device by Esau, Edom, so-called white man, but the Most High used Esau on the left-hand side to do his evil works. So hey, everything is of the Lord, man.
Yeah, they proved that they could create storms because they did that in Dubai.
Of course.
They put certain electrical particles in
To
the
make it
clouds.
rain.
Yeah, they made the shit rain.
Because you could, how they call it, rain seed. They can see the clouds. They can see the clouds.
Damn.
Yeah.
They did that in Jamaica a couple months ago.
See the cloud?
Yeah, they did it in
that's
Jamaica
what
a
they
couple
call it.
months ago.
To make it rain. So these
And
devils,
that's the case, they're gonna try to make snow come in different areas too.
and that's why President Joe Biden said that they're gonna up the antes, whereas the weather will be harsh.
Just imagine what kind of rain fall from that.
It was on the check.
From that chemical falling down on the plants.
That was like that
Even on
snow.
us. That's not healthy.
Remember that snow that was burning and shit was like turning black?
And it wasn't even burning. It wasn't melting.
Well, the snow in New York, you know, every time it snow, I check the snow. I literally check it, and the snow always burned, bro. It always burned black.
Because that's Esau with his fucking weather devices. But guess what? That's the Most High on the left-hand side, using Esau to bring destruction. But back to these scriptures. Let's bring up more
Oh,
scriptures.
so let me just read this quick article from Reuters.
Yeah, come.
Talking about the BRICS. It's written on August 24th.
That's
It
when they had
says-
that summit.
Right. It says the BRICS bloc of developing nations agreed on Thursday, which was, you know,
All right,
to admit.
So bring out. Is it going to bring out
Yes,
the
no,
6 countries
yeah,
that joined?
I'll tell you
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
It says
come.
to admit Saudi Arabia,
One,
Iran,
2,
Ethiopia,
3,
Egypt,
Egypt,
Argentina,
and
United Arab Emirates
Yeah,
in a
that's-
move aimed at accelerating its push to reshuffle a world order it sees as outdated.
and all these nations that has been mentioned in that, they're oil rich.
And they ain't gonna reshuffle shit because it's still gonna be Esau at the top.
Right.
Because who's gonna be the head of that? The Russians. It's
Come.
gonna be Edomites. Because remember, this kingdom for us to come in, that's the nation that is gonna end it.
But
Right?
you got to understand something. The Lord is using the Russians because when you got to ask yourself, why do Esau, the so-called white man, hate their Russian counterparts, and also Edomites? Because a lot of them, they know during the time of the Bolshevik Revolution, it was Jake's rule. So they know a lot of them, the Russians are so-called Jakes. So I'm just saying that, you know, but the most I have it, whereas the Russian Edomites are against the Western Edomites.
You gotta end with the Russians because that's prophecy. The scripture says with the Revelation, the 30th chapter, the feet of him was like that of a bear.
That's right.
That's talking about the Russians. So the Russians are gonna come
And destroy
in
this
the power
bitch.
at the very trunk before Yahushua comes. Wipe their ass out, man. Second Ezra 6, 7, and 9 coming back.
Esau is the end of the world. Jacob, that was followed.
Back in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9, I'm going to start from the top.
Yeah, cut.
It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations."
And what's part of that assembly of great nations? Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Pakistan, India. Then you're going to have different nations that was a part of NATO that's going to come up against America, such as France, Germany, and Great Britain, the three powerhouses that truly controls NATO. Okay?
It says to come up against Babylon.
But
an
actually, America controls NATO, but they are the three powerhouses that's within NATO.
Let's make this clear. NATO is just an extension of the United States military. 72% of NATO's army is made up by the United States.
That's right.
The state of Israel used America as a proxy, right? Because the so-called gutter rats, they really control everything, right? So the reason the United States is in the Middle East, period, is because of the state of Israel.
To assist them.
Exactly, because they told you we went over there for oil, which is ridiculous. 2020, the United States was the #1 exporter of oil. The United States does not need oil. The United States went in the Middle East because those surrounding nations pose a threat to Israel. So they got them in there to act as a proxy army for the state of Israel, so the so-called Jews can be productive.
Exactly. So now you understand. Yeah, bro.
An assembly of great nations from the North country.
Started with Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Pakistan, India, Ethiopia, Libya, so forth and so on. Yeah, bro.
It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her.
In a battle, in a military formation against America, man, and against America's allies. Yeah, bro.
From thence she shall be taken.
Because when you read, when you go into Joel, the 2nd chapter, the first verse on down, it explains what's going to happen when these nations come together and shoot missiles off in military formation against America. All these missiles with with the multiple warheads. One missile could carry 20 warheads. One warhead can destroy one city. So imagine 20 warheads or 30 warheads within one missile. Yeah, bro.
It says, from thence she shall be taken.
She's gonna be taken like a whore. Taken like a grimy bitch. Yeah,
It
bro.
says, their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man.
And them arrows represents the hypersonic missiles, the supersonic missiles, the ICBM nuclear missiles. They get like mighty expert men, laser guided by Esau's technology, but the technology that Esau has been given to him by our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shah, so it's going to be spiritually guided. Ultimately, hit their mark. Yeah, bro.
It says, none shall return in vain.
None of these missiles, once they shot up, they're not going to return to their silo. They're not going to be shot out of the sky. They're going to hit their targets. Because the Spirit of the Lord is going to be on the mission to hit their targets, to destroy this land. That with that beast of destruction, first there's going to be a nuclear wind that's going to come and destroy everything in this path, then the fire going to come right behind it to destroy this bitch. And there's no getting around it. There's no deliverance other than Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah, when Yahweh Shah cracked them skies, man, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance to his elect.
You got somebody agree? Yeah, so let's get this. Let's really clear up who the Lord is coming to deliver. Matthew 1:21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua. We got here Jesus. For he shall save his people from their sins.
And that's talking about the elect. His people. Starting with the elect. It's not all Israel. What's up, Israel, man?
Really, all Israel will be saved.
But on this go around, the Lord's not going to save all Israel. They have to come. They're going to be saved, but they have to come back through the men that make it, through the 144,000, through the elect. They're going to come through to the remnant that make it, that be beamed up. They're going to come back as children to the men that make it, man. Just like you got the elect of Esau that's going to be saved out of the destruction, only to become slaves, and their children that because we're going to have them procreate. Do your thing. Because what's going to happen is
For ourselves and the other ducklings.
it's going to be for them. The baddies for us, the ugly ducklings for y'all. You're going to breed, and you're going to bring forth offspring, and we're going to put them chains on your little offsprings as well.
We gonna be having them from there about maybe like 10. When they hit their flower, it's yours. So it's gonna be like that, like some ancient world. Watch Game of Thrones. You had a chick that was put away way before she was 13. She was groomed her entire life. And then when she hits that flower age, then she's yours. That's how it's going to really be.
That's right.
We fucking, I'm in my prime at 33. Bitch, you old and washed up. I mean?
You washed, you ran through. And that's the average woman to this day out here, man. You got a woman out here, 24, 25, ran through.
Younger than
with
that.
multiple men.
If you're dealing with a chick, if you're dealing with a chick, really, and she be like, yo, you got a big, what you got a small, how you know? How she know? She has seen different things in her
Different
life.
rods, man.
So ain't no woman in the kingdom gonna be telling you no shit like that. She only gonna know your shit. That's that.
Hey man, you right about that. I ain't gonna build on camera, but I'll tell you later. But you right about that, man, because I had that somebody tell me that, man. You know? So it's all good because you know, these women, they ran through, but how would you know? How would you know unless you've been seeing different rods?
Exactly. How you gonna compare? Okay? If you got a fresh woman, she don't know nothing than what you got.
So she's telling me, no, I don't want it this way because it's gonna hurt me. You know what I mean?
In this position.
Yeah, so let's just go in this position. How you know what position is gonna make it's gonna be easy for you if you haven't been ran through?
Right.
See, you wouldn't know unless you experienced it, because if you haven't experienced it and somebody that you claim that got a rod that you think that it's gonna be too much for you, you know, you experienced it before, so you're like, nah, let's have this position right here. I don't want this because if I do this position, it's gonna hurt more. Yo, man, not getting over there. Let's get back into the point. You know what I'm saying, with the prophecy, because these women, man, we can go on and on about these women, man. You know, on and on about these women and how they move and how they've been ran through. 21 years old, 22 years old with a body count of over 200 men.
Hey, bro, you know what? Real quickly.
It's crazy,
We're
bro.
gonna
Yeah, but hey, that's the spirit. When the spirit happens, whereas we start getting on these women,
Hey, but I did a show called Hoflation.
Yo, what's the idea?
Hoflation is the actual thing, because we were having this conversation. Like, we were having this conversation when we were reading when you read John the 4th chapter. The Lord was like, yo, you ain't been with 6 but 7 men. I was like, oh shit, 7 now? 7's at a low body count.
That ain't nice.
A chick, she said she been with 7 dudes, thinking, oh shit, that's low. But now, it's like, but back then it was 7. Whoa. So the point is, you invest in way more for these women that are giving you far less value than it is back then.
Inflation, right?
Inflation, man.
Now,
The price of
America's
homes
the
are going up.
whole zone,
Hey, hold on, bro. You trade stocks, right?
Yeah.
The man say, look, I don't want to spend $500 for a stock that's worth $5, right?
That's right.
That's the same thing with these
Fair
bitches.
value.
Right? They're not at fair value. You spend it. They inflation. You spend $1,000 for a dollar bitch, like that dude Jake Paul. Wiped up that thotty.
Yeah, check this out. I was
Inflate-
wondering, you ever heard of Pearl? The chick Pearl?
Yeah, Pearly thing, yeah.
The Pearl, the Edomite chick?
Yeah.
She be speaking truth. Now, she said that it was this one chick on her, she was like 21. And she was glowing that her body count was over 200. And Pearl was like,
So it's more than that.
Pearl was like, okay, you glowing about and boasting about having more than having a body count. You saying it, she said you saying it's 200, but
It was 100?
she said 200.
Probably
She was like 21, 22. Yo, she was like 21, 22, glowing about how she was getting men to spend money on her. And Pearl was like, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that your body count is going up, and as you get older and you get sick with all these different men, your box is getting wider and wider. So now when you settle down, men gonna be swimming in you. They ain't gonna want to settle down with you because you're gonna be considered. You don't feel shit. You don't feel nothing but wetness. If you feel that. And she was glowing about having over 200 men, a body count.
Yo, first of all, let me read this scripture real quick. You know, it's been a little bit since we brought the scripture out, but I'm gonna read this scripture just to prove a point. That only men should glorify in a high body count. What was that? 2 Kings?
Yeah.
Was it 1 Kings 2:11? 1,000 wives or something?
Yeah, cut.
1 Kings. Let me try 1 Kings 2:11 with that.
Because first and foremost, a woman cannot glow in her body count because she's gonna be considered a whore and she slept with more than one man. If you have a woman out there that slept with more than one man, she's
hoe.
considered a fucking whore, a harlot. She's been ran through. You gotta understand that. If you slept with more than one man, you are a fucking whore.
Only a man can gloat in the high body count. Let's prove it. 1 Kings 11:3. And he had, King Solomon, 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart.
Because you gotta understand, so having multiple women like that, sometimes you get soft. That's when you young, you firm. As you get older, you start getting soft for your woman, and then they turn your heart away from serving the Lord, man. You start doing other things you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, but a man with 1,000 wives is like, damn, 1,000, that's esteemed. How you do that? Because it's hard to do. It's not for a woman to spread her legs. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why King Solomon said what he said about women, man. Look at the book of Sirach. That's King Solomon that wrote the book, you know what I'm saying? And he's talking about
So Solomon didn't wrote Sirach.
no, I'm going to say Ecclesiasticus, you know what I'm saying, the Proverbs.
Ecclesiastes and Proverbs.
Ecclesiastes and Proverbs. Jesus wrote that, Sirach.
Right.
But you have the Ecclesiasticus, Ecclesiastes and the book of Proverbs, and Solomon is warning you about women.
He would
Throughout the
know.
whole scriptures,
He
man.
dealt with 1,000. He would know. So he would tell you, like, look, she might come looking beautiful, but just don't go off the beauty or, how a woman should be, labor extended to the house. He's telling you, look, these are the good ones. These are the ones you go away. None of them is righteous. He's giving you all the heads up on these chicks, man.
He put you up on game, man.
So-
He put us up on game.
These scriptures is like a guide and to prepare you for everyday life, man.
Yeah, hell yeah.
How to live, how to move.
I got that. I got you right here. This is Psalms 119 and 105. The word is a lamp unto my feet.
The word of the Lord, Yahweh Shah, is a lamp, which is a light unto my feet, where I can see and move around in this dark place we live in.
Yep, and a light unto my path.
And a light unto my path. When I walk, I'm walking, and the light is before me because I have this knowledge, this wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shah. I'm not dwelling in darkness like the rest of the people that's taking on the philosophies of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man.
Yeah, so really, no brother should be simple. You shouldn't be a simp.
It shouldn't be in your goddamn DNA.
Because the scriptures tell you not to be a simp, all right? The only time, it's not even really simping, but you give to a woman that's giving value to you.
It's telling you, it says, give not that strength to women.
If a woman is giving you value, you exchange value to her. But if a woman is not giving you value and you're giving value to her, you a simp.
If she giving you headache and coming and it's fucking with you and it's grieving you and it's stressing you out, hey man, it's better. Listen, it's better to let that go, man. Listen, if I had a woman that was stressing me the fuck out to the point where I can't think straight, yo, I'm letting that go, bro. I'm letting you go.
Yeah, man. There's no brothers that should be, damn, yo, this woman ran circles around me. And yo, man, with the scriptures, you should be able to break them down.
That's right. I'm gonna let it go to the point where I don't need you. I could go to a brothel and get my shit off and come back and have a peaceful state of mind living by myself in my own crib where I have peace. All I have is a cat meowing. You know what I'm saying? Well, I go to a brothel, get my shit off, and you got these women, when you go to these brothels, they be talking to you like, yo, why you here? You got a wife? You say no, oh, it's better that when you got a wife, oh, why you here dealing with me? But if you don't have no wife, it's better. The woman told me, she said, you got a wife, why you here? I said, I ain't got no wife, I ain't got no girlfriend either. Okay, so it's better for you to deal with me than to deal with a woman.
Some of them have that.
But I asked her, I asked, you got a husband? She was like, no. I asked her, that's the first thing I asked her. I said, you got a husband? She was like, no. You got a boyfriend? She said, no. She said, I take care of my 2 kids. And she was like, if you want my number, to prove I ain't got a husband, I'll give you my number too. We could deal on the side. And she live in Florida.
Damn, brother. It's like, you know,
Okay. It's not it. Okay.
talking, bro.
It's not it.
This shit can link right back to him. You know?
It's not it. So bring this out.
This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 20. See how we doing this, It says, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
Man that want to come home, have peace of mind. You got a woman that's always nagging you, there's no peace there. Nagging, like a cackling hen, always in your ear. What about this? Always arguing about something. You got a lot of women that's contentious that like to argue.
Hey, yo, man, women be too clingy sometimes, too. Like, yo, get away from me. Like, I don't want to fucking hear about your day or nothing. Like, let me just chill, play my video games. Get away from me.
Oh,
You know?
she'll play my video games, or even unwind, watch a movie, unwind, you know, like you said, play a video game, unwind, watch a movie, unwind, and just relax, listen to some jazz.
Well, this brother made a good point. Bring it on, huh?
But that's why back then they have different parties. They was at their different spot. Sometimes when you need them, you call them.
Speak up loud real quick so they can hear you.
They have like different chambers, you know what I mean? And then they have them, they have the company like so-called concubine and maids. So they be chilling and them have company, and when you want them, you request them. But the woman here, you and them in the same spot constantly, so sometimes it gets annoying.
Exactly.
Like, cause I know even during COVID, domestic violence was at an all-time high.
That's it, spiked up.
You know, yeah, because
Breaking up, like, yeah, man.
yeah, because for the most part, you got Jake living in these little tiny ass apartments in a one bedroom. The living room was next to the room. You have no space. You have no privacy. You got Jake cooped up in the crib, and it's like, now it's like, then on top of that, it's like your woman can't even take care of herself. Her mustache growing, her legs is growing. They got no fucking makeup. She can't get her hair done, and you like, what the, like you.
Hey, prior to COVID too, you was probably sneaking something in the crib, getting your shit off, having a little fun, maybe. Now you can't do shit, so you get away from me,
Now the women is showing their true colors. They nagging. Nag. A man can't take that. I know I can't take it. That's why I live by myself, man. For years. For fucking years. I rather dwell by myself than dwell with a contentious and brawling woman, man.
I remember I heard an elder, he told me, he was like, he said one of the main reasons why him and his woman been together for so long is because they live separately.
That's me. I told you that.
Oh, it's you. Okay.
Me and my woman she live in her house, she got her crib, I got my crib, bro. 15 years. 15 years. Going on, matter of fact, 16 going on 17 years. I've been with this woman. You know why? It's because she got her own. When I get tired of her shit, I go to my crib. When she get tired of my shit, she go to her crib. Sometimes when we get tired, I don't speak to her for like 2 or 3 days, and then when she call me back, now she's hungry. That's how it is, man. That's how I last long with my woman, man.
Sure.
And it will behoove you, like the apostle said, to not live with your woman. But if you live with your woman and you can maintain that, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man.
Hey, even this dude said it, Myron on Fresh and Fit, he said he wouldn't advise a man to live with a woman because they take away your edge. Like, they get softer. Like, you might be with a chick, guys get married, they don't go to the gym no more. They just lose that edge because that feminine spirit is starting to linger over on your ass. So, hey, man, the brother's right, man. There's times, man, like, I just want to go home. It could be nothing wrong. I just need some space from this, you know what I mean? So, I got to go do so. I got to hang with the guys. I got to, hey, let me get a drink. Let me go back some bitches. What you might see this. Back the bitch. Yeah. So, you need that, man, as a man. Fuck it.
Go upside your head and
So it
shit.
says, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
A man that's quiet, relaxing, one that's come home, after a hard day's work and don't want to hear shit, that's have his food ready, have his bath water ready, If he could get a massage, don't have no fucking lip from his woman.
You see this? Yo, you know what's crazy, man? It's very easy to keep a man, but these women don't know how to do it. Because they think that they're the prize. Bitch, after we nut, you're not the prize no more. That's your job to keep us.
That's
around,
right.
You know what I mean?
Because after I nut, I'm like, okay, I done nutted.
Chase is over.
The chick, dude. I felt the same. I felt the same shit. I got the same sensation I got from. I got the same sensation that I got from Susie, from Deborah. It's the same thing. So.
Not exactly the same.
Well, it's a little different. It's a little different. She may got that as the
It was the same movie. You know what I mean?
She may got that shit that go like this. You know what I'm saying? As they call it, as certain
The gripper.
the gripper, or as
Vice grip.
Simeon call it Coco Mundung. But they call it snapping. You know what I mean? When it snaps at you anyways.
I like when they do that.
Me too, hell yeah. That's the
Says,
best.
stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure.
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. You see a woman out here, god damn. She look good, but she could be a demon inside, man.
It's catch and release.
Exactly. She can look good, pretty, beautiful, nice body, everything, but a fucking demon. You know what I mean? A demon.
Hey,
That's
bro.
gonna give you nothing but grief, man.
Like the store.
Let's put that in the scriptures.
Proverbs 9 verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous.
Yeah, Lord,
She
nothing.
is simple and knoweth nothing.
And that's most of these women out here, but that's the majority of these women out here today, man. They clamorous and they foolish and they know nothing. Look at Suki and Sexy Red. Look at them. They have been used as pawns to destroy the young generation of the so-called black women, man. Because these young women, they look at Suki and Sexy Red, Sukiyana and Sexy Red as role models. But now you look at check it out. The same woman that was preaching independence, like Nicki Minaj and what's her name again? Cardi B and
Beyonce.
they all married.
They married, yeah.
They married and happy.
And they let their man cheat.
But they
So
push.
called.
You couldn't, because there's been plenty of times Jay-Z got caught cheating on Beyonce, and Beyonce's still there. So-called cheating.
Doing his thing.
But guess what?
She
They
has common sense.
they push that shit on y'all, you women, to be independent and all this right here, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? They all got married. They all married. But now you got the Silky, you got the
Silky Red, Sukiyana.
Sukiyana and the Sexy Red. They pushing to be straight up thoughts. And then you got this chick Glorilla, whatever her name is, talking about be toxic in all your 80s and all your 20s, and let's be toxic, and let's do what you gotta do, because when you reach your 30s, you too old for that. Well, I think you're too old to be a toxic individual.
They giving advice that would normally be given men to women. It's the man that's supposed to experiment and learn how to deal with these women, and when he's in his, grown up years, mature, he knows what to navigate with. Women shouldn't be doing that.
I last year I was in America. I got first-hand experience of this, and I was kind of shocked because in Jamaica, like parents, like you don't want your daughter to do certain things, like you try and lock them. You know what I mean? But last year I was in Florida. I was working for this lady, and her daughter was 16 or 17, and she was complaining to me that her child doesn't date. That's a problem. So she's not dating, and she went to the point to say that she's going to pay a guy to date her daughter because she needs to get experience.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because when she gets a husband, she's gonna be a bad wife because she's not going to know how to treat a
she's
woman.
That's
She's not
a
gonna know how
problem.
to treat a man.
That's a problem with women. They're fucking everything up.
she's gonna be an excellent wife, man.
I say, like, you can't imagine somebody that says this. You know what I mean?
Man, women are wicked, man.
Because she was a virgin at that age and she wasn't interested in guys.
Yeah.
She said, you know what I mean, she's not ready.
But she's gonna be an excellent wife, man. She meet the right
No,
man.
you need to experience.
A man don't want no chick with fucking experience, man. I want a brand new. She don't know nothing. I don't want her to know what big and small is or what position hit or right. Give me fresh, new. I want it new.
The average man, when he buy a car, he don't want to use. If he can't afford a new one, he gonna get a used one.
Well, my thing is, I wouldn't want to wear another man's boxes.
Oh,
So why the fuck want to take a woman that he's just done with? I don't know.
There was
Or another person's washcloth. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I hate to say that. Yo, fuck it.
Another person's coming.
there was a clip that I was watching, and this this Jake chick, she was bragging, saying that the reason, like, one thing she said the reason why men, she said something like men are intimidated by women with high body counts because intimidated and insecure because they have to live up to try to outplease the other men she been with. And then she said, this is the shit that tripped me out. She said, the bar right here, the bar. She said, wouldn't a man want a surgeon? So she compared herself to a surgeon having a high body count.
I seen that video.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, do you want to?"
Oh, shit.
You seen that video?
He's better because
Well, look, she'll be better at fucking.
She was
But
like,
that doesn't mean she's better
as being a wife.
A long-term wife. So that's the difference right there. That's what she should have said. She'd be like, well, you know, I'm better than bed. Okay, cool. You're going to be better than that virgin. I'm going to have my fun with you, but I'm not going to commit to you as a man.
She said that. Do you want a man? I just said, do you want a woman that just laying there and not really moving, or do you want a woman that can arch her back and throw that shit back? She said that can arch her back and throw it back.
No, I want a woman laying there not moving. Let me teach her how to.
Exactly, how to move them hips.
Yeah, I don't.
Let me do that. Let me be the teacher.
For the commitment, of course. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
yeah,
man.
for the long term, right? For the short term, whatever. Like, it's no different than a harlot. But for the long term, you don't want to go around and niggas like, yo, I smash you. You don't want that in your head as a man. No man wants that. Nobody wants to know, damn, another nigga had her every which way and I'm with her. Like, nobody wants that as a man.
I gotta compete with this other man. You see, because what happened with women, and going back to that chick Pearl, she be on point with her shit. She said that a woman that had multiple men in her life, she never gonna learn to love a man 100% because she's always gonna be comparing her previous relationships to the one she's with now. Oh, he was better sexually. And he did this better. You know what I mean? So Pearl be on point.
Yeah, the more women a man sleeps with, the harder it is to come to find her a single man. The man of her dreams.
That chick Pearl be on point, bro.
I don't remember the scientific term, but they have a scientific for it. Like more a man she's been with, like her DNA, it's harder for her to commit to someone.
Yeah, it's harder for her to bear bond.
Messed up her DNA.
Yeah, she can't bear bond because she's constantly comparing. If she was the hot cheerleader in high school, college, then she settled down with the average Joe, she don't think about them 6'4" basketball players that do all types of shit. You know, so she can't. That's never gonna leave her mind.
And that comparing deep, but inside her DNA, actually her body, and a sense of this expression.
Yeah, it's almost like she's chasing a high because in her mind she would never forget that man that pleased her, and it's like every other guy that can't give her that feeling, she's chasing that high that she can't get. You know, and I've actually had conversation with some of my female friends like that, and I'm like y'all bitches is dirty.
This is the backup what you was talking about.
Right, and that goes back to how marvelous the scriptures is, because the scriptures, bro, it go deep and I mean scientifically. Even though when a man has intercourse with a female, and I mean there are certain scientific things that happen when you're releasing a woman. And I mean, what your sperm mold her, and I mean, and merge with her and even start shaping how she think and certain things. And I mean, and that's easier if you get it when you get her brand new. And that's the perfect thing, you know. That's just molded perfect.
And I'll tell you what, that chick with the 200, 300 body count, they'll always remember the first. So that's the point. They'll always remember the guy that took it.
Can't.
But the thing is 1929, because you want to mention that chick was telling her deep shit.
Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
So that's literally what she was doing. I'm going to pay you to date my daughter. You was prostituting your daughter, man. You know? Forcing her to go out there and deal with a man when she's not ready to deal with a man. Now, granted, in the ancient world, yeah, it was like that in a way, okay? But it was for the purpose of marriage, not for the purpose of experimenting, trying to figure it out. When a woman was forced to be with a man, that was for life. You know what I'm saying? What?
Yep. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness.
Land full of holes, inflation. That's the wickedness. Now you have to be above and beyond. You got to make 7 figures now. You got to be close to 7 feet. You got to have a third leg and a porn star. Let's see, you got to have a house, a car, just to get a fat bitch. So it's just astronomical the shit you have to do to get a decent woman, man. You got guys leaving the country, flying to fucking Colombia and Brazil trying to find wives, man. That's how bad it's got.
They have
passport bros.
Yeah, passport bros. So they mainly go to, I think it's
Latin tribes. But if you're smart, Southeast Asia. They call it C, Southeast Asia. Which I would say do that one over the Latin tribes, because them Latin women are hoes. The Philippines woman, I saw this one Jake, he went over there, and he got this Filipino wife that took care of him, everything like that. And he was looking at another woman, and she said, yo, you like that look? He said, yeah. This bitch went and crimped her hair to make it curly. She looked like a Jake. Just to please this man. She had straight hair. She went and, you like that look? Next thing you know, he was saying, he's like, yo, she came back with the fucking, you know that hair in the 90s that's like wavy, curly, that Jake woman would have, like a lighter fair Jake? She did that shit.
She in her right mind now.
She must have read that book, The Art of Seduction. Like they were saying Cleopatra, you know, the one that, I don't know, was the third one, the fourth one, the one that history mentions a lot, that Cleopatra. It was like she would change her appearance to please the men that's in a high position. Like she'd change her appearance, how she looked, and move and shit like that.
She was an ugly Edomite, all right? Because a lot of you people out there think Cleopatra's a black woman. Foxy Cleopatra. Cleopatra's a fucking Edomite from the line of Ptolemy, all right? She was a so-called Jew. Big hook-nosed ugly bitch. But she married Caesar. You know? Yeah, man, so you're not supposed to be no goddamn whores, man. You know, the woman out there. But guess what? That's the thing now, because they keep telling women that they men.
And there's a scripture that tells us the beauty of a woman, how she's supposed to teach her daughter, you know what I mean, how to chase keepers at home.
Chase, they don't even know what that
Yeah,
means.
you know what I mean? I don't remember the scripture, but there's a scripture that teaches what these women is supposed to be basically doing now. You know, loving their husband and teaching their daughters how to follow the laws. You know what I mean? So if that was being followed, then she wouldn't have that mindset. You know what I mean? Because the girl was like, you know, the girl, apparently she maybe like older guys or something, but she said she wasn't interested in older guys at this size.
But that's how it should be. Really, you women should be dealing with older men. Because, and this is a problem too, man. You got a lot of these women that's like in their teenagers, and the smart ones gets with older men. Because the older man is in his peak, all right? He can provide for you, fully established. When you get a man your age, dating in your 20s, that nigga don't got shit. He's just gonna keep fucking around. He's just gonna be in his rotation. But if you're a man in your 30s, you're not looking at the woman your age, because she's past her prime. You want the young joints. So
It's not random.
that's not random, all right? Because you start looking at the woman for fertility purposes and carrying on. So she's in her peak in her youth. You in your peak in your 30s. That's why you think Mary was like probably like 13, 14, maybe 13, 15. But Joseph was like 35, the scholars say, because that's how it was done. That's logic, man. What's a man Mary's age gonna do? You can't take care of her and shit. He's living with mommy. So really, they should be with the older men. Some of them get it, like in the third world countries, that is a norm. But over here in America, shit is just a free for all of emotions.
No, well, it's
Real quick, let them bring that out real quick.
Got you.
I know that scripture you got it.
This is Deuteronomy 23 and 17. Deuteronomy 23 and 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Our daughters have become whores. Niggas have become sodomites. Hey, you shouldn't even not be doing no anal sex either. You're on there talking about doing it in the butt. That's sodomy. Right? That's an exit, not an entrance, man.
Mud.
And you know, a lot of these women are hypocrites because they call the women that date young men, they be in their 40s and 50s. They date a man in their 20s, you know, they're called cougars.
Right.
But a man in his 40s and 50s that date a chick in their 20s, they consider a pedophile.
Something wrong with you. You're an abuser.
You a pedophile, you taking advantage of that young woman. But what about the older chicks that's in their 40s and 50s that's dealing with a man 21, 22, 23?
Oh, he is. You know what they'll say? You're insecure. They don't want to deal with a woman that's in her 30s because you can't manipulate her. She's experienced. I don't want no bitch experience, man.
But you got these women.
Why they hating on a man's preference?
But you got these women
I was
that
called you for that.
you can't tell a woman that, oh, she's going off for dating a young man, but she's not a pedophile or a pervert, but she's a cougar. And she's going after what she wants. You know what I'm saying? She getting her groove back. But a man that deals with a woman in her 20s, he's the same age as this woman, The woman, she's a cougar and getting her groove back. She's 50 and this dude is 40. I mean, this dude is 25 or 22. But a man that's 50 that's dealing with a chick 22, 23, he's a pervert.
And you know, the older woman, they hate on the younger woman. You know why? Because when they older, they can't have kids. A lot of these women that are older, they hate the fact they can't have kids, man, and the younger chicks can.
And they look at the physical features. Some girls I was talking to, you know, like breasts, when the breasts are like down here, you know, you look at another young girl, and see them breasts, they're jealous,
perky.
they're straight up jealous.
But if you think about it, women spend all that money to look young.
Right.
There's a reason it's called Forever 21. You know, everything, the fucking, they doing surgery, all that shit to look young. So how the fuck, how you trying to look young, but you gonna be mad at us for wanting the prize of, you know, what we want, whatever.
Wanting something, you know?
Fresh.
It's a Titus 2, verse 3. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands.
Sober, loving their husband now. Sexy red, ski, then all these bitches. You never heard that song?
Nah,
It's annoying as hell. Like, it's annoying. It's annoying.
Authorities be doing that. They do
That's
that
sexy
sound. That
red.
sound.
That's sexy red.
Yeah, no,
Who be doing that? Ski? Who be doing that?
That's ski.
Yeah.
That's from sororities, like black sororities. I can't remember which one. That's a noise that they make.
Oh wow. Well, she makes songs like that, makes songs like Pound Town, twerking, all that shit.
What's
So-
Pound Town?
Yeah, that's just, no,
I
no.
don't listen to that man. I don't listen to that madness, bro. I don't listen to that madness, bro. That shit get me mad,
I
bro.
think she said some shit.
Yeah, I don't listen to that.
She
madness,
said
bro.
she
That
said
shit get me mad, bro.
her she said her booty hole
Oh, yeah,
brown,
yeah,
her
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
whatever.
She was saying that, yeah.
Booty hole brown.
Her box is pink, her booty hole, her brown eyes. Her box is pink, her brown eyes is brown. You know what I mean?
Booty hole brown.
Her booty hole brown, which is the brown eyes. You know what I mean?
They be getting that shit where they get they asshole like
Well, bleach.
Piece of asshole.
Yo,
I can't make this up. This brother looking like yo.
They do
And
that.
then
I
the
didn't know that.
celebrities, some of the people in Cali that got bread or whatever, the women that fuck so much they go get vaginal rejuvenation.
Yeah,
They say
so they can be a
she's
virgin
like
again.
Virgin again.
And not only that, what these women do, what they do is they like to have apple cider vinegar, and then what they do is a lot of these women like to get their ass ate out now. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So, hey, yo, listen, if a man getting his asshole ate out, bro, he getting tongue popped.
No, that's a thing. It's actually becoming like something that's more popular.
Groceries or something?
Yeah, like I remember I used to work with a dude, and then he would brag to me about he dealt with some chick. She bent him over and she ate his butt, and I was like, my nigga, I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you, bro?
We gotta close out. You know what I'm saying? Show, man. Yeah, but it's a crazy show, man. But we went from privacy to getting with these women into all kind of freakism.
We journalists, man. We report the news.
That's right. So with that, we're gonna give all praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Dash.
Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, and salutation I came out there that puts his word in truth and sincerity. Till next week, shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Ball.